time to come down, cause it makes troubles go away. Yeah. Oh my, my, my. I was so lost till now. Didn't know I was in doubt. To meet the others, my brothers, hear me today. I'm gonna ride this train, never coming back again. No, no, no. Everything that came before there led me to the end. Yes, it did now. Yeah. Listen to me. This journey never ends. On you it all depends. It's your life, you can learn it, you can burn it. It's on you. If you won't play this game, nothing comes easy, baby. You have to.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's second race of the Wednesday Warrior 10 race series here at Richmond. I'm your commentator, Sean Zulu, and as usual, I'm joined by our cameraman and my co-commentator, Dave Everly. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, Sean?
I am doing good too, thank you. I'm just ready to go racing. Tonight we're at Richmond. It's going to be a 60-lap race. And Dave, do you mind going over the race details?
As you said, it's a 60-lap race here for the second race of the season for the Wednesday Warriors. And I'm looking at showing the temperature of 72 degrees with a track temperature of 73 degrees with the wind blowing 4 miles per hour out of the west.
Yes, sir. And just like you had mentioned, it's 40% fuel limit. These guys are going to have to pit more than once. And also they have 2 fast repairs. So those are going to come in handy if these guys end up scraping the wall or getting into each other or maybe something along those lines. Well, these guys are actually qualifying right now, and currently on the pole we have the 14 of Jeff T. Martin. Right behind him in second place is that 8 of Team B Cox. 15 of Zach Collier is in third place. That 77 of Jack Watts is currently in fourth place. And well, Jack just moved down, was just bumped down to fifth place. That 3 of Bobby Everhart was squeezing in between them. Looks like these qualifying times are changing at the moment. You know, as I'm speaking right now, they just keep changing. So I'm gonna wait about 2 more minutes, and then I'll go over the official ones once these guys are done.
Yeah, this should definitely make for an interesting race on such a short track as it is here at Richmond. So I'm kind of excited to wait to see this. I figure tonight we might see some bump and runs coming into the corners. So it'll definitely be an interesting race to watch tonight, Sean.
Oh yes, sir, definitely. And this track is Richmond. I personally have not raced it. Have you?
I have. It's definitely really tricky getting into the turns. You got to be able to make sure you're in the top right line. I found that I kind of brake a little bit earlier so I can get a better run off the corner. But there's many grooves, and we should definitely make for some interesting racing.
All right. And is there any way that you know of that you could save tires at a track like this?
There is. You're just going to have to back up your corners a little bit earlier. Definitely get off that throttle just a little bit more in the turns. Try to run that higher line to conserve tires. But with such a short track and as fast lap times go, it'll definitely be interesting to see as the race wears on, as the tires wear.
Oh yes, sir, most definitely. And just like you had mentioned, you have to brake and go all the way to the bottom. Is it also a good idea to, or is it just as fast staying in middle lane in the turns?
Definitely, upon my experience, the lower lane is definitely the faster lane. But as I got to earlier, running that inside lane here in the turns, it's definitely going to chew up your tires a little bit more. So you're going to get more tire wear and slow down a lot sooner than if you run that middle lane.
Oh, copy that. That's some good inside information there. And going to qualifying here, looks like we have about 1 minute remaining until these guys are start gridding up here. I'm going to go through the qualifying order at the moment. We still have that 14 of Jeff T. Martin still on the pole. That 51 of Dustin Lee comes out of nowhere and is now in second place. That 13 of Thomas Axum comes out of nowhere, takes a position away from Team B Cox and is now in third place. Team B Cox himself in that 8 car is going to be in fourth place. That 15 of Zach Collier is going to be in fifth place and rounding out the top 5. Also going further down, we have that 88 of Michael Jeans in 6th place. That 46 of Martin Porter is in 7th place. That 3 of Bobby Everhart in 8th place. 66 Edward Bray in 21st place. The 77 of Jack Watts is in 10th place, and that rounds up your top 10. Looks like these guys are actually now gridding up here. Keep an eye on these guys and admire those awesome paint schemes, paint jobs. And looking at that fast lap of Jeff T. Martin under qualifying, that was a 20.813. So that's 20 seconds. That's really quick around this track. That's such a short track. Looks like we have about 16 drivers who had qualified, and looks like the 8 drivers did not qualify, and that pretty much means we have a 24 car field. And Dave, what cars are we running? Remind us again, please.
We are running the Xfinity, or in iRacing it's known as the Class B car.
Oh yes, sir. Xfinity B cars here. These are different from the A cars or the Gen 6s, and they are more closely related to the trucks than they are to the Gen 6 cars draft-wise. I personally haven't raced this track at all, and I don't really get a chance to race the B cars as much as I do the trucks, though. So it's going to be really interesting to see these guys up here battling. It's like these guys are about to start rolling. Pace car's on the move. Looks like pace speed is 50 miles an hour, while pit speed is 40 miles an hour. It's a 10-mile-an-hour difference. These guys are just getting bunched up here, ready to go green exiting turn 4.
Yeah, they're going to go around for one more pace lap here at Richmond and Bristol, and short tracks like this, they usually do 2 laps, then they're going to go green, so next time around they will be going green.
Oh, copy that. I was actually confused because I'm used to racing Talladega and Daytona, where the pace car only goes around 1 lap, and that's it, not 2. These guys are nice and tight here. The pace car is off.
Green flag.
The green flag flies at 14. Jeff T. Martin on that gas pedal side by side of the 51 of Dustin Lee. Looks like that 13 of Thomas Axum gets a better start than that 8 of Team Becox. The 13 of Thomas Axum gonna stay back in line on the inside of that 51 of Dustin Lee, as they're gonna be side by side exiting turn 2. Going back behind him, we had a battle between that 46 of Martin Porter and that 77 of Jack Watts. Looks like we have the 66 of Edward Gray around exiting turn 4. Caution is out, caution is out. Looks like we have had a wreck between that 3 of Bobby Everhart and the 07 of Wesley Whitfield. Gonna go back and take a look at what might have been the cause of that. Looks like it all started with the 3 of Bobby Everhart there.
Yeah, it looks like he just got a little loose coming out of the turn and slid up in front of the traffic, causing a chain reaction.
Yes, that's really unfortunate to see early on in the race. I think that was lap 1. Looks like he was on his roof to cross the start-finish line to lap 2. A good thing these guys still have 2 resets, so 2 quick repairs, so they're gonna have to get their cars fixed and get back up on the track for a second chance. Looks like we have that 13 of Thomas Axum now in second place, overtook that 51 of Dustin Lee. Team B Cox is still in 4th place, right behind that 51 of Dustin Lee. Michael Jeans qualifies 6th and is now in 5th place, running out to the top 5. And Dave, since these guys have only gone about 2 laps before that caution came out, would you, if you were these drivers, would you stay out and not pit?
If I didn't sustain any damage in that incident, I would definitely go ahead and stay out, because you could definitely get some good laps on these tires. So the tires were just starting to warm up, so I would stay out.
Oh, copy that. That sounds like a good strategy there. Unfortunately, it looks like some guys had to pit in. Most guys who pit in and have no damage usually are the ones who want to go at the back and ride. Or just like you had mentioned, those who sustain some damage or some scratches during those cautions. We have a good field tonight of some new guys who I haven't seen before. That 15 of Zach Coyer included. A race with that 13 of Thomas Axum. I also know the 9 of Ronald Etheridge. And as usual, Dave, any drivers you look forward to seeing up front or expect to see up front? You there, Dave?
Yeah, I would probably say the 14 of Jeff Martin. He won last week. He's usually a pretty strong driver and will be up front.
Oh, yes, sir, I agree. And also that 88 of Michael Jeans, the champion of the 4-race All-Out Atlanta Series. He's also a very, very good contender, including that 51 of Dustin Lee. But by the looks of it, that 13 of Thomas Axum gave a good battle to that 51 of Dustin Lee and got around him as though he was sitting still. I'm not sure if he just let him by or maybe the 13 might have had a better line that time.
Most definitely, it could have been the 51 was just playing tire conservation, just trying to save his tires for later in the run.
Oh, yes, sir. A lot of doubt there. And it looks like these guys actually now double foul here. Those lights on the pace car are actually off. As we can see, that 13 of Thomas Axum is scrubbing his tires, going left and right, just weaving, trying to warm up his tires.
They're still bunched up as they come here into turn number 3. Waiting for that pace car to dip off and that green flag to fly. So we'll just, pace car is off. The 14 of Jeff T. Martin is the lead car. Green flag waves and he gets on the gas pedal with the 51 of Dustin Lee, giving him a shove as they come into turn number 1.
Looks like that outside line. Thomas Axum hard into turn 1 there as he had a head lead over the 14 of Jeff T. Martin. Looks like the outside line being led by the 13 of Thomas Axum is a place to be at the moment. As we can see there, he's making it work, making it look real easy. '51 of Dustin Lee trying to pick a line. He can't decide which way to go. He can't decide whether to stay behind the 14, whether to stay behind the 13.
Most definitely, it looks like the 8 there's definitely dipping his nose in there, trying to get around that 51 of Dustin Lee, take away that 3rd position, but he's not able to do it.
And by the looks of it, that 8 of Team B Cox got loose exiting turn 4 there, but managed to save it. But he did lose some time and some speed due to that. Caution is out. Caution is out. I'm going to go back and take a look at what might have been the cause of that. Looks like the 07 of Wesley Whitfield was involved. So was the 006 of Verlis Falcons. Actually, that started with the 46 of Martin Porter and the 9 of Ronald Etheridge. Gonna focus on that 46 of Martin Porter and see what might have been the cause of it. Looking further back at that, looks like the 9 of Ronald Etheridge and the 46 of Martin Porter made some contact exiting turn 2. And going down the back straightaway into turn 3 there, looks like Martin Porter might have accidentally hooked the right rear of the 9 of Ronald. We have so many cars on pit road right now getting some repairs. It looks like a barbecue because of due to so much smoke. It looks like the leaders actually stayed out. That 14 of Jeff T. Martin still in the lead. Qualified on the pole and led pretty much every lap. Actually, it looks like the 13 of Thomas Axum, who's in second place, led about 2 laps there. And Team B Cox managed to get around that 51 of Dustin Lee and is now in 3rd place. Well, it looks like that just changed right now. That 8 of Team B Cox is now in 2nd place, overtook that 13 of Thomas Axum. So did the 88 of Michael Jeans, went from 5th place to 3rd place in 1 lap.
Yeah, I'm looking here at my stats here, Sean, and it's showing the 13 of Thomas Axum actually came down pit road and got some fresh tires and a full tank of fuel.
Oh, copy that. And do you think that's a good strategy? Because by the looks of it, he only lost about 2 spots.
Yeah, I think it was a good strategy. Currently, I'm showing only the top 3, the 14 of Jeff Martin, the 8 of Tim Cox, and the 88 of Michael Jeans are the only vehicles to stay out. The rest of the field has gone in and gotten fresh tires, so it could definitely play out with having fresher tires, especially if we get a good green flag run.
Most definitely, and you know, these guys have Jeff T. Martin, Team B Cox, and Michael Jeans. Those drivers have been on the same tires for about 14 laps. Do you think that's going to affect them?
Maybe not right away. 14 laps here in Richmond, it really isn't that long. But if we get a good green flag run, you'll definitely see it play into effect with the guys behind them all on fresher tires.
Oh yes, sir. You know, and we also shouldn't forget that this is a 40% fuel limit race. So these drivers who did not pit in, the 3, the 14 of Martin and the 8 of Cox and the 88 of Jeans, they're going to have a different pit strategy. They're going to be in a different pit window or pit strategy compared to the rest of the field. And it looks like the lights on the pace car are actually off right now, and we're 2 wide, getting bunched up, ready to go green exiting turn 4. Ready to go green here. That pace car is off. Still holding pace speed.
Green flag.
The green flag flies. The 14 of Jeff T. Martin side by side with the 8 who got as good of a start as he did. That 88 of Michael Jeans trying to catch up the back bumper of Jeff T. Martin as the 13 of Thomas Axum is going to go hard into turn 1. He's going to have to slow down there as he got up to the back bumper of 8 of Nick Cox really quickly. The 51 of Dustin Lee featuring his name right behind that 88 of Michael Jeans as they were bump drafting in on the backstretch. Exiting turn 4 in the try over that 13 of Thomas Axum trying to make moves but has nowhere to go at the moment. Looks like the 88 of Michael Jeans still holding his own. Oh, caution is out. Caution is
How was your
out.
forward drive there towards the end of that little run we just
Caution
did?
here. We're going to go back and take a look at what might have been the cause of that. Looks like the 006 of Verlis Falcons was involved. Oh, looks like that 91 of Joe Guy did not have enough time to slow down as that 006 of Verlis Falcons self-spun exiting turn 2 and could not keep it under control. So it looks like that caution was on the 006 of Verlis Falcon, self-spun exiting turn 2. The 91 had a huge run exiting turn 2 there and did not have enough time to slow down in time to not hit the 006 of Falcons.
Most definitely. I'm anxious to see if the top three that did not pit the last caution are going to come in and pit, or if they're going to go ahead and stay out and push the fuel limit in their tires to the limit.
Oh, most definitely going to keep an eye on that 14 of Jeff T. Martin, who's still currently in the lead. Looks like we have a lucky dog. Looks like that was the 78 of Donald Stewart. Gonna get his lap back and he's now gonna be on the lead lap. Well, Dave, looks like that 14 of Jeff T. Martin stayed out. So did the 8 of Team B Cox and the 13 of Thomas Axum.
Yeah, and I'm also showing the 88 of Michael Jeans also stayed out. So that's going to put Michael Jeans, Tim Cox, and Jeff T. Martin about 20 laps on their tires and the fuel. So let's see how this plays out for them.
Oh, yes, sir. And I'm pretty sure that, that 51 of Dustin Lee, as we could see there, he was trying to make room but had nowhere to go and had no choice but to stay behind them. So I'm not sure if he was all over them because he has better tires than they do, or newer tires, or maybe he was just, maybe they were just taking it easy. And looking down here, we have that 19 of Donald Sadowski. Very good driver. Haven't seen much of him tonight just yet. He's a lap down in 17th place. That 96 of Craig Covington is in 18th place, also a lap down. That 85 of William L.E.C. is in 19th place, a lap down as well. The 91 of Joe Guy, the driver who could not slow down in time to avoid hitting the 006 of Verlis Falcons, who had self-spun, is also a lap down in 20th place. That 3 of Bobby Everhart, who got caught up in the first caution, is 3 laps down in 21st place. That 9 of Ronald Etheridge, 22nd place, 3 laps down as well. The 006 of Verlis Falcons, who had the self-spin, is 5 laps down in 23rd place.
It's looking like the pace car has turned its lights off, so we will be going green this time around as they come into turn number 1.
Oh, copy that, and by the looks of it, we still have the same drivers in the top 5 compared to last caution. We had Jeff T. Martin still pretty much the positions right now the same as they were last restart.
Start tightening up as they come into turn 3 and 4, waiting on that pace car to pace off. The pace car dips into pit road.
Green flag.
The green flag flies, and Jeff T. Martin is on that gas pedal as he gets a good jump over the 8 of Tim Cox and is able to take the lead coming into turn number 1.
That 13 Thomas Axum goes hard into turn 2 there, exiting turn 2. He has a slight lead over that 8 of Tim B. Cox, sorry. Tim B. Cox gets overtaken successfully by Thomas Axum as he is gonna get his next victim, that 14 of Jeff T. Martin.
Yeah, it looks like the 51 of Dustin Lee is on the inside of Tim Cox. It looks like he's definitely losing ground as the 51 is able to get around him coming into the turn.
Looks like the 8 of Team B Cox might be taking it easy, or maybe he's having trouble due to him not taking tires for so long, but he seems to have lost about 3 spots in 3 laps.
Yeah, he's about to lose another one because the 88 of Michael Jeans definitely makes that pass coming out of the turn. He's able to get up in front of him.
Yes, sir, and looks like we have another driver featuring his name. That 77 of Jack Watts is right behind that 8 of Team B Cox. Looks like he's going to run him down, but Team B Cox is finally catching up to the guys who got around him, namely that 88 of Michael Jeans and the 13 of Thomas Axum. Looks like the 88 of Jeans is going to be side-by-side exiting turn 2 with that 13 of Thomas Axum, as Axum is going to still occupy the outside line. Going back up front, we have a battle for the lead as that 51 of Lee is successfully getting around that 14 of Jeff T. Martin, and he does so in turn 1. Looks like we have a new leader, that 51 of Dustin Lee, so great job by him.
Yeah, it definitely looks like the guys with the fresher tires are able to run a little faster as they are making their way up to the front.
And by the looks of it, that 51 of Dustin Lee is now pulling away from Jeff T. Martin and the rest of the pack. 51 Dustin Lee sideways entering turn 1 as he is going to manage to save it, but that pretty much spread out the whole field because they had to all slow down to avoid getting into each other.
That was definitely a good job of all them drivers saving it and not bringing out the caution. But the 8 of Tim Cox spins.
Good job, bud. Tell me what you got quickly.
That 8 of Team B Cox looks like he might have got hard into turn 3 there and could not keep it under control. Actually, I think he would have saved it, but the 15 of Zach Coyer was occupying that inside line at the moment, and he ended up getting a piece of him and went hard right into the wall. It's going to be our third caution of the night here on lap 29. And that 19 of Donald Sadaski is in place for the lucky dog. Hopefully he gets it if he did not get any incidents. Donald Sadaski gonna get his lap back on lap 30 as he is now going to be on the lead lap in 17th place.
And it looks like I'm showing that we have a new leader. The 13 of Thomas Axum has got the lead.
Now, by the looks of it, Dave, he stayed out while everybody else pitted. So he was the only car that stayed out, and the rest, the other 21 drivers have pitted in.
Yeah, I'm currently showing the 66 of Edward Bray has also stayed out, and the 78 of Donald Stewart also stayed out, but they don't have quite as many tires or laps on their tires as what the 66 of Edward Bray and Thomas Axum currently have.
Yes, sir, undoubtedly. And it looks like we just lost a driver, that 07 of Wesley Whitfield retiring for the night. It's very unfortunate to see because, you know, he's a very, very fast driver and also very competitive.
And I'm currently showing that the top 4 drivers actually pitted this time around.
Yeah, it looks like that 13 of Thomas Axum is now leaving the pits. Well, Dave, Thomas Axum not pitting in when everyone pitted in, and him pitting in a lap after they all pitted. Do you think that's a strategy, or do you think maybe it was him realizing he was the only one who stayed out and then pitting in at last minute?
I definitely could have been the second one there, Sean. It looks like maybe he thought there was going to be more people staying out, but when he saw there was only 2 of them that stayed out, his pit chief kind of made the decision to go ahead and bring him in and get him some fresh tires.
And that would make sense. And by the looks of it, he actually lost 9 spots. He went from 1st place to 10th place. Looks like we have some new drivers in the top 5. We have a new leader, actually. That 88 of Michael Jeans in 1st place. That 46 of Martin Porter in 2nd place. The 14 of Jeff T. Martin went from 1st place to 3rd place. That 77 of Jack Watts in 4th place, featuring his name in the top 5 here for the first time tonight. And that 51 of Dustin Lee in 5th place. That was our current leader during the last run, but he unfortunately ended up losing control in the turn and was shuffled back.
And from what I'm looking at, the 3 of Bobby Everhart, the 96, and I think it's the 9, all are going to get the wave around and get 1 lap back.
Oh, yes, sir. And looks like those drivers, actually, Bobby Everhart is going to be a lap down. Both Bobby Everhart in that 3 and the 9 of Ronald Etheridge are both going to be a lap down from 2 laps down. So great job by those guys keeping it clean and being able to get a lap back, because it's better than nothing.
Yeah, and it looks like the 96 of Craig Covington with that wave around will put him back on the lead lap.
Yes, sir. And looks like the pace car is off. These guys are ready to
Green,
go.
green, green, green.
The green flag flies. That 88 of Michael Jeans on the gas pedal, being pushed by the 14 of Jeff T. Martin. The 46 of Martin Porter holding his own on the outside line, as that 77 of Jack Watts was not close enough to make a difference in his speed. Looks like the 14 of Jeff T. Martin is going to occupy the inside line, as that 48 of Porter brushed the wall exiting turn 2 there. '77 of Jack Watts just following that 14 of Jeff T. Martin, as he just seems to be riding at the moment, trying to take it easy and probably going to go for it when it matters the most.
Caution. Give me a status.
Looks like we have another
there.
caution here. Gonna go back and take a look at who might have been involved. Looks like L91 of Joe Guy was involved in that one. Oh, looks like it all started with the 10 of Danny Rudy and that 19 of Donald Sadowski, who just got his lap back. Oh, by the looks of it, that 10 of Danny Rudy ended up tapping the right rear of that 19 of Sadowski and got him loose and sideways into turn 1. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go for a commercial break here. It's we're just past halfway, 5 laps past halfway. So we're gonna go refill your drinks, your popcorn, and you know, stay tuned. Be back for the second half of this race, because it's not over until it's over. It's not even go time yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of this race. Looks like we still have the same leader, that 88 of Michael Jeans, followed by the 46 of Martin Porter in second place. That 14 of Jeff T. Martin in third place. 77 of Jack Watts still in fourth place, holding it strong. That 51 of Dustin Lee running at the top 5. And looks like in the top 6 there we have a new driver, that 211 of Tristan Beats. And the 99 of Jared Lipster. The two drivers haven't spoken much of tonight, if any. The 99 of Jared Lipster, also a good driver from the KMA Racing League. The Team B Cox has been shuffled back to 9th place. Thomas Axum is still in 9th place, it looks like. I mean 10th place, sorry. And by the looks of it, we're coming to 1 to green this time.
Pace car dips in.
Green, green.
And green flag waves, and the 88 of Michael Jeans definitely gets a good run. He's got the 14 of Jeff Martin pushing him as they come into turn number 1.
Sorry about that, I was actually on replay there. Looks like that 46 of Martin Porter gets into the wall exiting turn 2 there. He's going to get overtaken by the 99 of Jared Lipster and the 51 of Dustin Lee. Looks like it's 3 wide exiting turn 4 as that 13 of Thomas Axum is making moves, moving the 99 of Jared Lipster up the track. Going back up front, we have one going way high. That 88 of Michael Jeans drifts way high, entering turn 2, exiting turn 2 actually, as he's going to lose about 4 spots this lap. '13 of Thomas Axum still featuring his name as he's going to be side by side trying to overtake the 46 of Martin Porter in turn 1. The 13 Thomas Axum, a man on a mission right now, hunting down the 51 of Lee and the 14 of Martin. The 8 of Team B Cox looks like got around the 77 of Jack Watts as Jack Watts is going to occupy the outside line. That's going to, and he's going to be side by side 15 exiting turn 2. That's Zach Hoyer. Going back to 19th place, the 9 of Ronald Etheridge gets overtaken by the below 4 of Michael Johnson, 15. We have one spinning on the track on the back straightaway. That's going to be the 85 of William LDC.
Say again. Caution for.
It's actually going to bring out a caution,
In the wall.
unfortunately. By the looks of it, that 85 of William LEC got a little too hard on it on the gas and ended up upsetting the back end of his car.
At least he was able to keep that car low and not drag any other cars down. So it just looks like it's going to be he's going to be the only one involved in that incident.
Yes, sir, and I hope he has a reset or both resets so he can have another chance at this winning this thing. And I'm not sure if this is right, but it's showing a new leader, that 51 of Dustin Lee. But I don't seem to be seeing the pace car anywhere just yet.
Yeah, the 51 of Dustin Lee, the 14 of Jeff Martin, and the 8 of Tim Cox all stayed out, while almost everyone behind them went down pit road and got some fresh tires. I also showed the 88 of Michael Jeans and the 16 of Danny Rudy also stayed out this time.
Well, Dave, if you were these drivers, would you do what majority does? So pretty much if the leader stayed out, would you stay out?
We're coming up on 13 laps to go. I'm showing the top 3 right now will have about 18 laps on their tires. I think at this point in time, if they would have stayed out, I think I would have went in and got some fresh tires and hope them tires will help me stick to the track a little better and get around them.
I'll copy that. And you know, this is a 40% fuel limit, so I'm not even sure whether or not they're going to have enough gas to make it into to the end. And looks like we have a new driver in the top 5. That 10 of Danny Rudy right behind the 88 of Michael Jeans. So Donald Stewart is in 9th place at the moment. Looks like he qualified 17th, so he's made up quite a lot of spots there.
it looks like the pace car has shut its lights off. So we will be going green with 10 laps to go.
10 laps to go. Yes, sir. It is go time. And that 13 of Thomas Axon, we shouldn't count him out just yet. As we can see, he's been a very, very powerful player tonight, including that 51 of Dustin Lee, who's in the lead at the moment.
As they come into turn number 3, they start bunching up a little tighter, getting up on the bumpers of the cars in front of them. Pace car dips off into pit road.
Green, 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 green.
Green flag runs, and the 51 of Dustin Lee gets back on the loud pedal, gets a better run. The 88 of Michael Jeans gave Tim Martin a bump as they come into turn number 1, but the 51 of Dustin Lee is going to lead this on the backstretch.
Yes, sir. Looks like that 13 of Thomas Axum came out of nowhere. He's going to occupy the outside line of the 8 of Team B Cox. The 13 of Axum there is trying his best to get around the 8 of Cox, but Cox is occupying the inside line. He's going strong. He enters occupying the inside line of the 14 of Martin, and he had no choice but to get out of the way. Looks like the 13 of Axum is in the wall as he's going to get overtaken by everybody else. So he just lost every single spot that he had gained. Going back up front, we have that 8 of Cox being overtaken by 46 of Martin.
Caution's out. What is this for, Earl? Say again.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
In the
Go
wall.
back and take a look at who was involved in that. Looks like the 10 of Danny Rudy was one of the drivers involved in that one. Looks like it was a self-spin on his part, exiting turn 4. He just got... his car seemed to be straight, but when he exited 4, it just pretty much snapped. It got loose. He had no control of it after that. And again, fortunately, no one else got collected besides him.
That just makes me wonder, he's got 24 laps on his tire. I wonder if it had, his tires were just a little too worn, so it broke a little loose there, coming across the start-finish line.
Oh, it definitely could be that, and also maybe he just might have gotten to the gas too hard. I mean, by the looks of it, the leaders up front might be on the same tires. Or do the leaders up front have less laps on their tires compared to him?
I'm currently showing Dustin Lee 51. He's got about 26 laps on his tire, while the 46 of Martin Porter right behind him has only got 9 laps on his tires. So that's definitely going to be interesting to see if we go back green, if that 46 of Martin Porter is going to be able to get around him with fresher tires.
Oh, most definitely, and we actually have about 4 laps to go once these guys cross the start-finish line. So it is go time, and these guys are not going to give. All they're going to do is take.
Yeah, with 5 laps to go, like you said, it's definitely go time. So these drivers will definitely be trying to make their moves and definitely try to get up front, but try to make sure their car doesn't break loose and spin them. So this should be an interesting restart with 3 drivers behind Martin Porter, all on 27 laps on their tires, which would be the 8 of Tim Cox, the 14 of Jeff Martin, and the 88 of Michael Jeans. And then right behind them in 6th place, Jared Lipster, the 99, is the next car with fresher tires.
Yes, sir, and that 77 of Jack Watts is in 7th place. And Thomas Axum, who hit the wall after he made up all those positions, is now in 8th place there. I hope he has enough time to make some moves and gain a few spots.
As they say in racing, anything can happen. Even being back in 8th, I mean, there could be a big incident taking out all the leaders. So the only bad thing is if the caution flag flies again once they go green, that's pretty much going to be the race.
Oh, undoubtedly. And, these guys are pretty much going to hope we don't have a caution. And how it works on iRacing is once that white flag flies for the last lap, if an incident happens, the caution is not going to come out. Well, that's going to be these guys' best bet, or these leaders up front, if they want to end up finishing this thing under green.
Looks like the pace car lights have gone off, so we will be going green next time around. They will get 2 laps to battle it for the checkered flag.
And we have that 8 of Team B Cox right behind the leader, Dustin Lee, in that 51. The 46 on the outside line is going to get some help, hopefully on the start, from the 14 of T Martin. These guys still getting bunched up here, ready to go green as that pace car is entering turn 3 and entering turn 4, exiting the track. Pace car is off.
Green flag.
The green flag flies. That 51 finds that gas pedal, puts it down as that 46 of Martin Porter did not get as good of a start. That 8 of Team B Cox is going to occupy the inside line of that 46 of Martin Porter. Is that going to be side by side through turn 2? Jeff T. Martin on the outside line as that 46 hits the wall exiting turn 2 as he's going to get overtaken by the 8 of Team B Cox.
There will be a caution.
Caution is out, and that is going to seal the deal as that 51 of Dustin Lee brings this thing home without any pressure whatsoever. And looks like that 8 of Team B Cox is going to come out in second place as he had a lead over that 46 of Porter as that caution came out. Gonna go back and take a look at what might have been the cause of that. Looks like the 9 of Ronald Etheridge was involved in that. Oh, by the looks of it, the 006 of Verlis Falcons made some contact with him, causing him to spin out. That's really unfortunate to see. We were having such a good battle up front between that 8 of Team B Cox, the 46 of Martin Porter, and also including the 14 of T Martin. Looks like the race is over. That 51 of Dustin Lee brings this thing home. Gonna get some after-race interviews with these drivers. All right, Dave.
And we are joined here in the booth with tonight's winner, race 2 at Richmond of the Wednesday Warrior season. You got a copy there, Dustin?
Yes, sir.
Well, that was definitely a fun-filled race. Seemed like there was a lot of cautions. And tell us about your pit strategy coming into tonight's race.
Mainly just wanted to try to stay out front. There's a lot of, I guess, chaos back there in the back. I kind of wanted to stay out of that. Got in at one time and, just managed to take my time and get through everything.
Most definitely. We definitely seen that you had stayed out while all the other guys pitted. Were you worried about the fresher tires being able to get around you, or did you think you could hold them off?
I was, the 46 got back to me there, and, Martin, and I was really worried. I knew he had 2 tires, and, if it was, I thought he was going to get a whole lot better run than what he did. I think he kind of had a bad start there, and I kind of was able to get away. But I was really looking forward to a side-by-side battle there coming down to the end with him.
Well, definitely it was a congratulations on your win tonight. And before we let you go, is there anybody you would like to thank?
Yeah, thanks to my team there, Southeast Motorsports, and also thanks to sponsor Olive Hill Welding. And thank you guys for putting this on, and enjoy racing here every week.
Once again, congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
10-4, thank you guys.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a second place finisher, that 46 of Martin Porter. You got a copy, bud?
Yeah, I do. What's up?
Yes, sir, Martin. We noticed you qualified in seventh place and managed to finish in fourth place. And tell us about the tire wear. We noticed we had so many drivers, I'm sure you included, who were running on about 20 plus laps. Well, 20 plus old tires. Was that? How did that affect you guys?
Setup got tight with the older of the tires. You were pushing out of the corners. Rear of the car was loose going in because the setup had too much rear brake into it. But other than that, it was pretty good. I mean, for Richmond and B cars, usually these cars are set up to be a little loose. So I was really surprised on how well the setup was. But yeah, my left side, they were 20 plus. The one caution with like 10 to go, 15 to go, something like that, I pitted because I had right front damage, heavy right front damage. So I pitted, took 2 tires, and that was it. So my left sides were older than my right sides.
Oh, copy that. And I'm guessing you had a big unbalance there because since you had some new tires on the right side and old tires on the left side. Well, Martin, is there anyone you'd like to thank before we let you go?
I want to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. Michael D'Amico throwing the league on. It's been a great season so far. Last week was a little rough, but I enjoy racing with all these guys. I enjoy racing with Dustin. I got a bad restart, so I wasn't able to race him like I wanted to, but good race with him and Jeff and Michael. So it was a fun race. So I got to thank all the guys for a good race, clean race.
Oh, copy that, Martin. And once again, congratulations on your second place finish. And we hope to see you again next week at Chicagoland.
Definitely, I will be there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our second place finisher, that 46 of Martin Porter. Well, Dave, you want to get Team B Cox, or should I get him?
Oh, I can definitely take this one for you, Sean. How about you, Tim? You got a copy?
Absolutely. How you guys doing?
How you doing? That was definitely an interesting race. We definitely enjoyed watching you up front battling. Did you have any?
Well, it's hard to plan out this pit strategy with these short tracks. The race could go green, or you could see a caution every 5 laps, just like we did tonight. So you just kind of have to play these short tracks by ear, and that's what we did tonight, and seemed to work out for us.
Oh, most definitely. We've seen a couple times you stayed out while everybody behind you took tires. Were you kind of worried they'd be able to pass you up and push you towards the back, or did you think you were able to hold them off?
Well, I knew as long as I could stay on the inside that I could probably hold them off. The outside had no grip whatsoever, and you just see the guys to the outside just lose spots and go further and further back. So I knew as long as I kept it on the inside, I thought I could have held them off there.
Most definitely. And once again, I want to congratulate you on your third place finish tonight, the second race out of the season, and hope to see you next week.
Absolutely, I will be there, and I want to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast tonight, and everybody who has anything to do with this league, Michael D'Amico, and everybody. You guys do a great job up there in the booth.
All right, thank you so much, and once again, congratulations there, Mr. Tim Cox, and we'll see you again next week.
Absolutely, thanks, guys.
Well, Dave, it's definitely been an amazing race. We had so many good battles, but unfortunately, we had a few too many cautions, or a little too many cautions to have green flag pit stops. But Dave, what did you enjoy most about this race?
It was definitely interesting to see the different pitch strategies everybody was trying to play, staying out, pitting. The close quarters racing, I love these tracks. Because of the close quarters, get a little bumping and grinding going on. As the old saying goes, bumping is racing, and we definitely saw some of that tonight. Overall, it was just a really interesting race, and unfortunately, as you like pit stops, but Richmond is definitely a tough track.
Oh yes, sir, undoubtedly. And also, we're gonna go over the final finishing order here. We have that 51 of Dustin Lee finishing and winning this race, finishing first place. That 46 of Martin Porter right behind him in second place. That 8 of Team B Cox, who actually thought had finished in second place, but I guess I was wrong. He finished in third place. That 14 of Jeff T. Martin in fourth place. That 88 of Michael Jeans in fifth place, and that rounds up your top 5. And also that 13 of Thomas Axum starts out your top 6, or bottom 6. And the 77 of Jack Watts finishes in 7th place. That 99 of Jared Lipster in 8th place. 78 of Donald Stewart in 9th place. And that 15 of Zach Coyer rounding up your top 10.
In 11th place, we had 96, Craig Covington. 12th place, the number 72 of Ivan Garcia. In 13th, the number 211 of Tristan Beats, with the 66 of Edward Brave finishing 14th, and the 004 of Michael Johnson finishing 15th.
So I'm going further down. We have that 3 of Bobby Everhart finishing 16th. Managed to get go from 2 laps down to back on the lead lap and managed to finish in 16th, being the last car on the lead lap. So great job by him. That 10 of Daniel Rudy finishing 17th place, 1 lap down. The 91 of Joe Guy finishes 2 laps down in 18th place. That 9 of Ronald Etheridge finishes 19th, 2 laps down. The 85 of William LEC finishes in 20th place, 15 laps down.
And finishing out the rest of the order, the 006 of Verus Falcons finishes with 21 laps down, followed by the 19 of Donald Sandusky, who definitely made a good run there, but ran into some bad luck, and he finished 24 laps down. And finally, in 23rd, the 07 of Wesley Whitfield finishes 31 laps down.
Oh yes, sir. Also, let's not forget to thank our sponsors here. We want to thank Michael Angelos Painting, Dan's Top Notch Heating and Cooling, and also Dre Motorsports, or DRE Motorsports, and also PADD, P-A-D-D. Ladies and gentlemen, P-A-D-D. People Against Distracted Driving, PADD.org. Put those phones down. You can talk on the phone when you're at home or when you're not behind the wheel. You can text or reply to a message when you're not behind the wheel. Don't try not to play with your pets while you're driving, because they're all forms of distracted driving. And we can name a very, very long list of types of distracted driving, but that's going to take up a lot of time. But ladies and gentlemen, please be smart out there. Stay alive. Save the lives of those who you might have harmed if you were behind the wheel and doing something you're not supposed to be doing. And also want to thank All Pro Racing for hosting the series, the race, putting up the room, and also Freedom Train for the music that we play on these broadcasts. That's PHREEDOMTRAYN. Check them out on YouTube and check them out on Facebook. They're a new band that's going places soon. Well, Dave, it's been a very, very fun race. Thank you for having me once again. And also, viewers, without you, we're nothing. We can't thank you enough. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when we go live, so you can come back and support us, because you guys are the ones who keep us going. Without you, we would not want to do this. We wouldn't be motivated enough to turn on those broadcasts and actually commentate to you guys. So thank you for all you do. Well, it's been a fun race, guys. Hope you guys have a good night, and we hope to see you guys again next week for Chicagoland. On Friday, we're going to be having the KOA series with the KMA guys and the Max Velocity guys. So be sure to tune in at 7 p.m. Central. Actually, 8 p.m. Central is when the live stream starts. So be sure to tune in for that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again, and have a good night. Hope to see you again next week.
chance. All I need is one 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 chance.